Yo, welcome to the man cave. Drown they legends. WNBA news. We about to ring the bell. Leave Diggy, Coach Ed, we got the scoop. On and off the court, watch the power move. Yeah. From the hardwood glory to the locker room chats. We cover it all, ain't no need for no stats. Whoa. Sipping on knowledge, pouring out the truth. Supporting the queens who brings the fire, that's the proof. So sit back, turn it up, let the stories unfold. Yeah, WNBA, we bring the heat, the future's bold. In the man cave where the legends collide. Leaf Diggy and Coach Ed got that East Coast pride. What? WNBA vibes, we breaking it down. From the game to the grind, let's wear that crown. Yeah. Stay tuned in, we keeping it real. The stories of strength and the heart that you feel. Hey. Dishing out knowledge like assists we aim. Whoa. In the man cave where we elevating the game. Okay. So grab your seat, let the action ignite. Yeah, WNBA, we bring it to light. Keep it tight.
Peace and blessings, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Real Full Court Press Show. I'm the host, Coach Ed Gladney, along with my brother and another host, Man Cave. We come to you talking about the WNBA and women's sports as a whole. But, you know, it's a lot going on. Even today, a lot of stuff has been happening and coming, you know, new stuff is coming in. So we're going to try and stay up to date on everything. You know, excited to talk the women's game with you guys. Make sure, you know, you guys make sure you tap in, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to Man Cave, the host Leaf Diggy, myself, Coach Ed, the Aboriginal Sports Network and the Hardcore Sports Network. All the information is in the descriptions, man. Make sure you guys, you know, tap in. Also, make sure you comment and share on all the social media platforms. Y'all know the routine, man. We love doing this. So thanks a lot again for tuning in. But before I really start getting into everything, let me tap in with my brother, Man Cave. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm lovely, man. I'm doing good, man. A lot of exciting things happening in the WNBA, man. A lot of news and stuff like that. You know, All-Star game coming up. So, hey, man, let's just show a lot of love. Right now, the WNBA is the only thing happening right now. You know, I know we got the Summer League going on for the NBA, but right now, the WNBA takes full, you know, front row seat right now because this is their time to shine. It's the ladies' time right now in the summertime, man. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm good.
I'm with you. Thank you, Christy Wilson, for tapping in. You know, exactly. A lot of exciting stuff happening right now in the WNBA. So one of the things that we're going to go ahead and kick off the show, got today, one of the new franchises, Portland, announced their new name and also their logo. So I'm going to tap in and give you guys a look at the logo, the Portland Fire. That's going to be interesting. Years ago, they had that name when they had a franchise out there. I believe, though, it wasn't in the W. I think it was in the ABL, if I'm not mistaken. So, but they also gave a little intro video. The actual video, because this is edited a little bit. Graphics added to it, our own little flavor. But you can also pull up the actual full video on the WNBA site. But here you guys
connects people and unites communities, where the game is redefined by women. Portland is the city where our fire never died, and the passion to compete still burns. This is where ball is beautiful, where the game and the culture that feeds it was planted like a seed and grew into a garden. This is where our dreams unite, where our blood, sweat, and tears turn into our hope, our strength, and our triumph. This is where our story began. And now, it's time to write the next chapter. This is Portland, and in 2026, this is the city that will bring the game back. Welcome to the Portland Fire. Reborn.
So there you go. That's the intro video. I mean, I found it very interesting and intriguing. I really like that. But what's your thoughts about the new name for the Portland franchise?
Man, I knew it was gonna be something close because the NBA and the WNBA always be closely associated because the Trailblazers, that got a little fire in that, the Trailblazers. And if you look back on that logo, people might not notice on that logo though, but in that logo in the fire though, it's a rose for the Rose City. Portland is the Rose City, so that's what, you know what I'm saying. Even though I know some people won't see it, but I can see it in there and stuff like that, right there in the middle of the
Yeah,
rose.
here it is.
That's the rose right there, because you know Portland is the Rose City, so you know everything is the rose and stuff like that. So I'm just like, yo, they incorporated in there nicely, man. You know what I'm saying? So yo, that's kind of nice, dope. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Mhm.
nice.
Even the color scheme is the same as the
Yep.
Trailblazers. So, definitely can appreciate that. So I like it. I even like the way they have the fire in there, the design, because
Mm-hmm.
you can get a little touch, a little feel of flames in there, because the
Mm-hmm.
way it's going from left to right, like the flames are flowing that way. So,
Mm-hmm.
I like the whole concept, everything that they're doing. So, I definitely appreciate the Portland Fire. So, definitely wanted was something that came up today. I was like, oh, okay, okay. There's something else that we can add into the show today to talk about. So, like I said, there's always a lot to go on that goes on in the W. So, I'm pretty excited about it. I can't wait, till
And they'll be the only one next year, right? The
yeah.
only expansion will be
No,
one
no,
at a
no,
time.
no, 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 no. Toronto.
Two?
Yeah,
Oh
Toronto.
yeah, oh yeah. We were talking about because it's gonna be a big draft for them guys, man. To leave their plays unprotected because it's two teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
Yo, what's up, Leaf? How you doing, man?
Yo, what's good, bro?
What's going on, Coach?
What's up?
Y'all get me?
Yeah,
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 we
yeah.
can hear you good. We can hear you good.
Can you
Yeah,
hear
what's
us?
going on, man? Yeah, I can hear y'all. I can hear y'all.
Okay.
I'm all settled in Texas, man. I left. I got down here Friday, and just today I got approved for a new place. Tomorrow I'm gonna go do the registration for the car.
Okay.
I'm doing stuff fast down here, bro. Like I'm doing stuff I would have never done in New York, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. But my girlfriend all excited and everything, her and her daughter and
Okay.
everything. Yesterday was her birthday, man. We just celebrated it and everything. So we
Congratulations.
solid out here, man.
Congrats, bro.
Happy birthday to her also, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we were
Appreciate it,
just
brothers. Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all.
well, we just started the show talking about today. The Portland announced the name, the Portland Fire. There's their logo and everything. We were just talking about it. Leaf was talking about in the fire. You got the rose because it's the Rose City. The color scheme is just like the Trailblazers. They used to be the Fire back in the ABL. Is it the ABL back in the days before the W came out? So they even got a little intro video. So I played that too. So and I actually touched it up a little bit, but but what's your thoughts about this, Leaf? Or first of all, did you hear about it? And what's your thoughts about this right here?
My thoughts about this is a WNBA round of applause. Big time round of applause. This is a step back in a great direction. I think the league is continuing to grow and grow and grow, like I was saying last week. The Portland Fire. I know all y'all remember Miss Styles, that played back in 2001.
Yeah.
Julia Styles. She was well on her way. The injuries took her career apart. But definitely when I think of Portland Fire, I think of Miss Julia Styles, and I have to say though, because I'm real sentimental to like the 2000s, early 2000s athletes. This one right here is for Miss Julia Styles, man. This is for her. This is for her. This is I like this right here, man. This is well done WNBA right here. 2 thumbs up. Y'all get my approval on this. For sure, man. This is a great job. 100% great work right here.
Exactly. So, I even said like with the word fire, if you look at it, it kind of gives you a feel, little flames, because of the way it's designed with the F and the E pushing it to the right. So, I'm with you too, man. I really love this whole, name and the color scheme, stays in alignment with the Trailblazers, the name, Blazers Fire. I mean, you throw anything out there. So, so definitely something that I like. So, but that's, we'll see what happens. We're going to hate when the when the draft lottery comes out, man, oh gosh, man, got to lose somebody else next year. So, but
I
we'll
know,
see what
right?
happens. So, but now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next subject matter. And what we're going to talk about is some of the hottest teams right now, and what's going into their turnaround right now. And I got three of them and this is from last week.
Mm.
Um, this is the Mercury. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games. And the Mystic and the Lynx are 7-3 in their last 10 games, especially the Mystic, because they're right there in that middle of the pack to the bottom, fighting for the playoffs. But 7-3, says a lot to their situation, their season. I mean, right now they're 11-10. So you think about that. With 7-3, that leaves, prior to that they were 4-7 before this run right here, these last 10 games. So, but we're going to start off with the Mercury. I mean, the Mercury, to me, man, they've been beasting. 8-2. We know that they beat our Liberty 2 times, so it's like, damn, But it shows that they are one of the top teams in the league. I mean, Kay, what's your thoughts about the Mercury in their last 10 games right now?
Coming to this season, man, the Mercury had a lot of turnaround in the season.
Mm-hmm.
They went to face altering franchise, from Diana Taurasi and Brittany Griner, long, fixtures in Phoenix in the desert. And then all of a sudden they went to Alyssa Thomas, Satu Sabli, and
Mm-hmm.
and Collier Copper, what I'm saying? It's just like, I was like, I thought they was going to take a little time to adjust, but man, them dudes, like, it's almost like they pick up where they left off at, man. It's like they just, like, it's crazy, man. And now they just going to add DeWanna Bonner. She's going to return back to
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix, so she's been there forever and a day over there. So she's back home again, man. But yo, Satu Sabli and like I said, man, and Alyssa Thomas has really turned that thing around. Kalia Copper was out early in the season, but she's back, and everybody knows she's a dog. So, bro, get ready for the ride, man. This team is for real, man. The Phoenix Mercury is for real, bro.
Exactly. I'm with you, on that too. Bonner back, especially with her fiance and Alyssa over there. So they always have that synergy the way they played in Connecticut. So, not like you said, Satu, man, love that girl. I really thought I was hoping she would have ended up with the Liberty, after the season, but it didn't turn out that way. So, but yeah, tough, gritty, and that's why they're in the number 2 seed in the league. So, Belief, what's your thoughts on the Mercury with their run right now at 8-2?
Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Alyssa Thomas is definitely having another quality year.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she had a quality year last year. When she was with Connecticut and everything. She picked up right where she left off. Big Sabali, because I call Sabali, baby Sabali.
Mm-hmm.
Big Sabali. She's been a plus. And they're getting Kalia Cooper back. And they about to get the DeWanna Bonner. You talk about the rich getting richer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this Phoenix and the way that they brand of basketball, it's a damn good brand of basketball. I see why we lost to them twice.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you. Even though we didn't have Jaquel, and I mean that's not an excuse. You got to be healthy in this side of the Mississippi. But I'll be honest with you, man. That Phoenix team, they've been on a roll and they've been undercover one of the best teams in the league. I mean, everybody started looking at us and the Lynx because we obviously was on a collision course with the way that we started off and the way that they started off. But the Phoenix Mercury has been exactly as their name says, man. They've been red hot for most of the season, in my opinion. So I mean, it's going to be a hard out for anybody in the postseason. And listen, I could tell you, man, beware, because they're going to be a tough out to put out in the playoffs. So just beware.
Good point about, come playoff time, the way they play, it's going to be a very tough out. And they can play with anybody, beat anybody, whether at home or on the road. Let me double check. I think on the road, they're 6-3 on the road. So that tells you, they can definitely play with anyone on the road. So, So there you go. So I want to get into the next two, but I want to start with the Mystic, because like I said, they're one of those teams that are in the middle of the pack to, fighting for a playoff spot. 7-3, over the last 10, basically, after starting 4-7. So, how do you think this impacts their season going forward? Do you think they're going to be able to move up in the positionings and the standings and be an even tougher team, or do you think there may be a year or two away from really competing for a top spot in the W? Go ahead, Leaf. You started.
Wait, what was the question?
The Mystic, being that they're 7-3 over the last 10. How do you think that's going to impact their season right now? Do you think that they can move up in the standings and be, one of the top seeds in the W, or do you think they're a year or two away, for competing to be a top team in the W?
I think they could definitely get in the top 8 this year for sure, if they're not already. But in terms of being a top team, I think they might need another year just to keep this group intact with Citron, of course, big girl,
Kiki.
She a big body Benz. I ain't gonna lie to you. Not Kiki. What's Austin?
Shakira Austin.
Shakira Austin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Big redhead girl. Yeah. So I'll be honest with you. They got something brewing. Those girls are young. They already on the ahead of schedule because this team is fighting, and they've been fighting the last 10 games, man. They've been very, very good. They've been pretty good. They've been on the up and up. But I think it's probably going to take them another year to get everything right and get everything clicking, to where they have some breathing room in the standings, kind of like how the Minnesota had and how we had early in the season. I think everything that they're doing out there, Citron is going to be on the up and up. Kiki is going to be on the up and up. Shakira, I never seen a girl that size move the way she moved on the basketball court. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Washington, they are doing quite well for themselves in the post Ella Della Dawn era. They definitely on the up and up. They ain't got no room for concern. These girls are ready. And I think give them another year, they probably gonna be a tough team to deal with if they ain't already.
What about you, Kay? What's your thoughts on Washington?
Yeah, man. First of all, you got to tip your head off to Washington because, like I said, everybody thought this was going to be a down year, especially with the retirement of Elena Della Don, the face of the franchise. But, man, you got to give kudos to these rookies, man. They really lifting this team up. Sonia Citron and also Kiki Arafin. And I don't know what's going on with Aaliyah Edwards, but I don't know if she can get it together, what's going on. But, man, and what you said, Shakira Austin, it's like, bro. They ahead of schedule, man. Like Lee said, they ahead of schedule, and like I said, they definitely can get up into the top 8 into the playoffs. The reason why is because they can score. When you can score points, you're going to win a lot of games because guess what? Teams go through dry spells and also this team, they may go through a low spell, but they can score points, and that's all you ever need. And like I said, and one thing they playing with confidence. They have no fear because they're playing with house money. When you're playing with house money, that's the best money. You know what I'm saying? That's the best money to play with. So, hey, man, hats off to the coach as well because, like I said, he had to get these girls together and stuff like that, and these ladies together, man, and look at what they're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, 7-3 in the last 10 games, man. Who would have thought, man? You know what I'm saying? It's like, and all these games they've been playing in, they've been right there. It ain't like they're getting blown out like a couple of years ago when they really didn't have them. But in these games, these girls are playing hard, man, and they're playing for their coach. They're playing for themselves. And like I said, man, they uplifting their team and stuff like that, man. They're going to be a tough out, and I think they're really going to be in that top 8, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, they're headed in the right direction. They're playing their best basketball right now at this part of the season when it counts. Injuries, they don't have too many injuries. And so, hey, they going at it right now. They going.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. They're headed in the right direction. Yes, I'm in agreement with Leaf. They're, probably a year, at most 2 years away. so from being a top team, a top contender for a championship. They're in playoff positioning, in my opinion. I think the way they play, they're going to get into the playoffs. Maybe 6, maybe push for 5, somewhere in that range. But they're definitely going to be into the bottom spectrum of getting into the playoffs. So I have no doubt about that. But yeah, once they get going in the future, that team is going to be tough. And they add on another, player or two, whether it's a veteran or, a dynamic rookie. They're definitely going to be, and like Lee said, Shakira Austin, I love her game. I love her game. She, does a lot of the dirty work. She doesn't have to be, the go-to player in a sense. You got your 2 rookies who are coming in, who are adding, offensive contributions among other things. So yeah, I think they're headed in the right direction. And as a Liberty fan, yeah, that concerns me. I'm just like, oh wow, man, it's going to be tough. When seeing them going forward. So, so good points, gentlemen. I really appreciate that. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to the next topic.
You forgot the links.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about the links. I'm so used to, they're one of the top teams, man. They're the number 1 team.
Right,
You know what? In fairness,
can't forget about the links.
No, in fairness, they did lose the last 2 games. So we have to touch on that. I mean, they started out hot. They definitely did. And, in my head, I'm just like, they're the top team. I expect them to 7-3, 8-2, to over 10 games. Yeah, that's what I expect. But you know what? Yeah, they're doing what they're playing this season with a chip on their shoulder. Whether they feel like, that the championship was taken from them, they lost it, whatever the case may be last year. But they're playing at a championship level over, pretty much everyone. I mean, I think they have, a 3-game lead over everyone. It's 3 games over Phoenix. So, so yeah, they're playing there. And that's what I mean. They lost their last 2 games and they're still 3 games ahead. So that speaks volumes to the type of team they are. And you know what? They'll get it straight and they'll take it from there. So, okay, what's your thoughts on the links?
Well, with the links right now, I'm kind of disappointed because we waived on Marquisa Davis. That was going to be a trade chip for Diamond Miller. So I'm kind of still mad about that. Because Diamond, I don't know what's going on with Diamond. What's going on, man? I'll be watching the game. I was like, man, it's like they doing all this and Diamond still ain't a big part of it. I was like, bro, hey, man. But like I said, with the links are the links. You know what I'm saying? Nafisa Collier, runner-up league MVP. Everybody says she's an MVP. She is an MVP, even though she runner-up to Asia Wilson. That they're neck to neck and all that type of stuff. And whenever she's on the court, they have a chance. Kayla McBride, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they're a tough team, man. Like I said, and it's kind of crazy how the Lynx has been like one of the great teams ever since they got in the league, you know what I'm saying? Then they had all the star players that came through, Simone Augustus, Maya Moore, all that stuff, and they just keep continuing to win after those girls are long gone, and they still doing their thing, man. So, they 7-3. I don't put too much stock into the last 2 losses because come playoff time, they're gonna be a tough out anyway. So it's gonna be a series. So hey man, they taking their time and getting other people acclimated in there. So hey man, I'm good with the links and stuff like that, man. They'll be all right.
What about you, Leaf? What's your thoughts on the links so far?
The Lynx, they have what may be the best player in the league, and Nafisa. They obviously we kind of knew they was going they was going to hit a little skid. I thought they was going to hit a skid before us. I was hoping they did, but since in the past week, I mean, they did lose some games. One game almost cost me some money. But it's a good thing I ain't put no money on it. I had forgot about it, man. But one game almost cost me. I think y'all know the game.
Yeah, we know.
One game almost cost me some money. But other than that, they had a couple of small forks in the road so far in the season. But it seemed like they was pretty pissed off of what we did to them last year. And they out for blood. Nafisa been out here. Looking absolutely awesome. Courtney Williams, Elena, and all them shooters that they got, man, they've been on the money. Heidman has been one of the keys for success in their reserves. Definitely been paying. That team has my full attention. That's what I will say, bro. As y'all know how we feel about the Liberty, but that team has had my full attention since we this past year in the past year.
Eliminated.
So yeah, since we eliminated them they claimed we got away with murder, but I ain't think it should have been no game 5 in the first place. But
Right.
yeah, so but they have my full attention, and the Minnesota Lynx still at the top of the mountain, even though we won the championship. But yeah, you know what I mean.
One other thing I want to touch on in terms of the Lynx too. Don't forget, they don't have Julius Dorchich there. She didn't play. She's overseas this year, so and she was a big low post, would either start or come off the bench. 6'5". I love her game. I love her. I love everything about her, man. So from UConn. So it's just I used to imagine, I'm like, man, if the Liberty had her and Jonquel, man, they have the best low post 1-2 combination, starter and reserve. So, but that goes to the depth of the Lynx, man. That just goes to the depth and what they're doing, as a team. And kudos to their head coach in making sure that she has those ladies really playing at the top level. But like Lee said, yeah, they're going to go through the little spell. They lost 2, but I'm expecting them to, recover, and we'll see going forward. I think they play Phoenix next, if I'm not mistaken.
That ought to be that. You know what? Coach, I'm still setting it. You know what? The last thing I'm setting up when you got to move, you got to set up the damn Wi-Fi and the internet and everything. And so I'm like, oh man, because I've been watching games on the phone, but they've been going out here and there. So once I get everything hooked back up, oh yeah,
yeah.
Man, I'm ecstatic, man, for some matchups because I ain't do a WNBA game since opening day. What was it? Probably the game where Caitlin Clark came back. So I'm gonna try to get some more games on the thing for us. So
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm trying to get situated, get my head into the game in a sense. So because I want to, if time permits, I want to stream a game or two also. And yes, tomorrow 1:00, Minnesota hosts Phoenix. So that's going to be a definitely a big game, to keep an eye on too, because that's number 1 and number 2 battling it out. So, but yeah, like I said, now we can go ahead and move on to the next segment. And there were some surprising wins last week. Which were they? Do you guys have an idea? Do you
I think the Sky. Who the Sky beat? I was like, the Sky beat them.
I want to say that didn't the Sky beat the Lynx?
I think so. It was the Sky. I know the.
Did they beat them twice, or did they?
No. They played yesterday, and Minnesota got them back. So this was Saturday. The Sky hosted the Lynx, and they beat them 87-81. I also have on here Golden State went to Indiana and beat Indiana. Indiana, and then Connecticut hosted Seattle and beat Seattle last Wednesday. So to me, those were the 3
Golden State games for me, right? Golden State. I watched that game. I was like, man, they're gonna beat them. I was like, oh my god, these girls are making shots. Kate Martin, the other girls, I forgot. I was like, oh my god, they was like shooting threes. That was the best 3-point shot games that they had.
Wasn't it the first game back that Caitlin Clark came back to? I believe.
Yeah, she was there. Yeah.
Yeah. So because I said it, I was like, damn. Indiana has been playing well, and as soon as she comes back, they go ahead and lose. So, but they got back on the winning track. I think they won their last game. But yeah, these are the 3 games. Like Connecticut, that really surprised me. I had Seattle.
It was one more. It was one more, Coach. It was one more. Golden State beat the Aces. That game,
they sure did.
The Aces.
The way the Aces are playing this year, I didn't consider that.
I know, but still, though, I mean, Aces had all these. I mean, had everybody out there. And I was surprised they was beating them like that. I was like, oh man, they was like making 3. I was like, golly.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, I took it a different way. So, but I can't disagree with you because
Yeah.
it's the Aces. We do expect a whole lot more from the Aces. So,
And I think it
let
was on the road. I think it was on at the Aces court, if I'm not
me see.
mistaken. I
I'm
think it was in
trying.
It
Vegas.
might have. I might have been a road game.
Um,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. The Aces lost to Washington, and yeah, no, the Aces beat the Valkyries.
They came back and what was the final score in
It
that
was
game?
104-102 on Saturday.
Okay, yeah, that was a game.
Okay.
Okay, they must have
Okay.
came back because the Valkyries was winning that game. I must have turned for a
Hmm.
second because I thought I was like the Valkyries had that game, man. They was right there with them. It was a high scoring game. I remember.
I
Hmm.
I wanted to say personally the Chicago game because Angel Reese has been playing phenomenal
Oh
lately,
man,
Hmm.
she's playing phenomenal. There's no more Angel that like you seen Shaq coming to Batman and
We're gonna get
now,
into that.
yeah, we gonna get into that. But if I had to say the game that I watched because I actually watched it, I left my flight was Friday, so I was still in town Wednesday. I
hmm
did catch that Golden State game. And I'll be honest with you, it looked like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson was on the damn court, man. Like that was
hmm
ridiculous. I'm
Hmm.
like, it was a stretch where they was just hitting shots. Indiana, and I talked about this last episode when Caitlin Clark comes back, Indiana, it's almost like they play different. There's a stagnant. There's a like a there's certain things that she does that kind of like goes away from how they play as a unit. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And I think it's and I don't I've been seeing it most of the season because I had somebody was like, yo, you got to pay attention to how when Caitlin Clark is on the court and when she's not on the court for that team and I'm looking around. Kelsey is playing different. Kelsey Mitchell is playing different.
Hmm.
Aaliyah Boston is playing different.
Hmm.
Um, it's a lot of one reads. It's a lot of one single pick and roll, single action. It's not multiple action like she's off the court. You don't really see multiple cuts. You don't really see multiple screens and pick and dots. Everything is mainly one action, especially when she's in transition. Now, when the ball is moving around, that's when Indiana could get teams going and they could get it going and they could catch the team slipping. But the thing is, if you're the defense, you want to get Indiana as much primary half court sets where your defense is back on the fast break as possible. Because we all know Caitlin Clark loves those transition threes. So
hmm
so you want to do your homework early. You have to. It's almost exactly like playing Steph. It's almost
Hmm.
exactly like playing him. You have to get all five of your players on back defense. I think a Golden State, aside the fact that they was hitting shots, which is crazy. I'm talking about Golden State beating Caitlin Clark and, and then
Hmm.
almost like Steph Curry's playing for them. So, but I think they did their job early and they were able to hit shots and get a lead going. They beat the hell out of these girls, man. That was a whipping. And they went into Indiana and whipped them, man. Like that was
Hmm.
just brutal. I would have to give it to who I think is my surprising team of the year, obviously the Golden State Valkyries, man. So I got to give
hmm
it to them.
Well, I'm with you guys. It's just that I have to give a little bit of put Connecticut up there because they've been having a horrible season. Yes, there's a lot of
hmm
transition, a lot of turnover, new head coach, a lot going on.
hmm
Seattle's one of the top teams in the league,
Yep.
but still, you would have expected Seattle to just you could cruise to take care of Connecticut, but this shows that Connecticut, you know what? They're still a professional team. They have those moments that they'll beat anybody in the league for the most part. You can't just take them for granted. So, and you know what? That's the beauty of the WNBA, man. That's the beauty of it. Anyone can beat anyone. I don't care if you're the number one team or the last team. You got to come ready to play every game, every minute, and everyone is fundamentally sound for the most part. So, and this is why, for me, I love the WNBA. And it just goes to show every year you can expect games like this. Somewhere along the line, whether it's one or two or even a handful of games. So, but
hmm
definitely, great
And
points. And that Chicago game, yeah, I mean, Minnesota. Mm,
And then look at that. Look at the record with Golden State and Indiana. Their records are flipped. Golden State has a better record, 10-9 against. Oh man, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I peeped at, Cave, because
Mm,
Indiana, I feel like they've been playing well,
mm,
like in terms of everything. But I think a lot of stuff with them comes down to like what hurts them in the end. Caitlin Clark this year, I think she's hurt them a lot more times than she's helped them. Like I mean, obviously the numbers is great. I mean, I think she's still phenomenal, but she's hurt them as a unit more than she's actually helped them. If you look at the times, I'm just look at the times, and I'm not gonna go into plus minuses and everything. But if you look at the times where she's not on the court and Kelsey's got it going on, the Lexi and Sophie got it going, and then you got Colson, and then you got Aaliyah Boston. Like they play very, very well together. With Caitlin Clark missing games and then coming back into the rotation and coming back to the lineup, it's almost like this. It is like a gap to where like okay, yo, what are we doing? All right, yo, you trying to run? Okay, are we gonna cut to the basket? All right, so we know you're gonna throw this one pass. We know you're gonna try to come down, go to the right. We know, all right, if we run you to the left, try to make sure you pass the ball out on the outside. Just don't give up no threes. I think the game plan for defensively against her is starting to become more and more simplistic. That's just me, man.
No, but that's how you're right, because that's how they play, and she's playing to the fans in a sense, because of the public, because everybody is there to see Caitlin Clark, and TV viewership. Everybody wants to see Caitlin Clark, so they want to see the ball in her hand. They want to see her passing the ball. And in some regards, it's like, your teammates are out there. They're just standing around waiting for her to take a shot and then just go back down on the other side of the court. So I agree with you, Leaf. Everything that you're saying is so true. When she's not there, they seem like a different team. I mean, look what they did in the Commissioner's Cup. They were a totally different team, And it's just like, if you have that team without Caitlin Clark, I'm saying to myself, this is a championship. This is a team that should be in the upper tier fighting for a championship spot, at least in the top four. Top five at the least. And yes, Caitlin Clark. She does a lot for the league, so I don't want to take away from that. But they, like you said, Leaf, they play a different band of basketball when she's out there. And, and then everyone wants to see her shoot the deep threes. And I've been saying this for the longest while. Everybody goes crazy like, oh, she invented the 3-point shot and she invented the WNBA. But, when Sabrina came out, Sabrina was doing the same exact thing, except Sabrina was also rebounding, getting damn near triple doubles all the time coming out of Oregon. And what she was doing for the Liberty in the beginning, even though they weren't winning. So, I'm like, well, it's nothing new that she's doing that I haven't seen already, and I've seen it since 1997. There's always been great players, she is a great player, but, she is not the end all be all. And to me, like you said, Leaf, they play a different band of basketball. And to me, it seems like it's more of a team and a much better brand than when she's there, because it's more of a, in a sense, ISO. Right. It's more ISO, and I'm not saying she doesn't get her teammates involved at times, but like to Lee's point, they just seem so stagnant when she's out there, as opposed to even when Kelsey is running the pool, or Colson is running the point in the lead guard position. So, Kay, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, man. Hey, just like what you and Lee said, man, I noticed that too. And like I said, like we was all sitting down here, we all had the Lynx winning that that cup, and we was like this. I was like, oh man, I was like,
I
we was
sure
getting
did.
score. I was like, man, after that game, I was like, man, this stuff is scripted. I said, there's no.
Yeah. I don't need to be reminded of what happened that night.
Know,
but
man.
I don't know what the hell went down. Like,
I had to do my eyes like this, like looking at the score. I'm like, yo, come on, man. It's like, it's going to change.
Like all three of us was literally bewildered about everything that took place. I don't know.
I'm with you. I'm
Yeah,
with you.
man.
So, but that's it for the surprise upset games. Um, Now we're going to go and talk about the controversy.
Uh-oh.
The
Mm.
injuries, RG3. Is RG3 race baiting causing unwanted drama for Reese, among other things? Um, I was just like so disgusted when I'm sitting here and just everything. And let me say this. Let me preface this because I have the article. I have an article that I'm going to read for everyone, and it RG3 started out with well-intended purposes. I'll give him
Hmm.
that, but it's the added stuff that he brought to the table in reference to that, and I just was like, oh my gosh, what the heck is he? What
Mm.
the heck is he doing, man?
It done went
Um,
left. It went left now.
yeah, it just went so left. So, tell me if you guys can see it.
Yeah,
Reese.
I can see it.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
see it.
It says recently RG3 weighed in, on social media after the disturbing post showed Reese depicted on the cover of a WNBA edition of 2K26 as a monkey. You know what? And then what he says is, all right, this has got to stop. There is no place for racism in this world, whether you like a player or not. Angel Reese should never be called or depicted as a monkey. I'm fine with that personally, guys. I'm sorry, I am.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If he had left it there, that was fine. But as Art was saying, but he didn't stop there. He used the moment to double down on the claim that Reese hates Clark, something that says he was confirmed by people in her inner circle. People in Angel's inner circle called me and told me I was right, and Reese had grown to hate Caitlin Clark because of the media always asking about her and Caitlin and being constantly compared to her. So that right there is where you went over the top. Leave it alone. You didn't have to add that. And again, as you see, Angel Reese's mother didn't like that. Man, stop with the cap. My daughter's circle is so small and tight, so I'd be interested to know who called you. Whomever you say called you is not in her circles to speak on her feelings toward a media fandom made of beef. Just stay on that side because the doors are closed over here.
Mm.
I'm in agreement with her. First of all, do you think he was trying to race bait? Because that was my question. Cave, do you think he was trying to race bait?
The first comment, like I said, I agree with the comment about but the monkey thing and all that stuff. Saying the second one, yeah, I think with the Caitlin Clark thing, that's always going to be what's going to come with it though. With the Caitlin Clark,
Those.
Angel Reese, every time you say that with between both of them, and also that's what it's going to turn into a race bait. Once you
Mhm.
compare those two or put them two and stuff, is like it's always going to be. It's never going to be like oh, peaches and cream or roses and stuff like that. And once you put that with Angel Reese hating Caitlin Clark and somebody from, I was like, oh boy, here we go again. And
Mhm.
this thing will not die down. You know what I'm saying? It's like it had nothing to do with it. All the thing was a cover up on the you know what I'm saying, on the 2K thing and whatever. It's like it had nothing with Angel Reese. I mean with Caitlin Clark. And once he put that in there, that just stirred the pot, man. That's just stirred the pot to something and just blew out of control. It was never supposed to be about that.
Uh, Leaf, you look like you're ready to explode, man. So go ahead,
Listen,
man. Take it.
look. I mean, look, man. I'm pretty sure y'all got women in your family and nieces and
Hmm.
daughters and I'm like,
Mhm.
there's no reason for this at all, man. There's no reason for this at all, and I'm not upset the way Shaq reacted the way that he did.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I'm
Hmm.
not at all
Thank you.
because but what I'm not gonna do, I'm not here for the let's protect Angel Reese at all costs. I'm not here for the let's protect Caitlin Clark at all costs. I'm definitely not here for that. I'm
Hmm.
here to tell it like, yo, first off, these are women. Second of all, let's just keep it basketball. Let's just keep it to their respected careers because at the end of the day, these are professional female basketball players. These are professional women.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not that many professional women in the world, man, like that's on this scale and that's held to this standard and where they are held to. And I understand that. Now, for the media to blow up, it's one thing for the media to blow up Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese or this, that, and the third back and forth, because you got your people, you got your Angel Reese fans on one side and you got your Caitlin Clark fans on the other side, and everybody else just wants to talk basketball. But when you bring it to these type of comments and when you bring it to this type of level, this is where the thing gets turns like you're turning your head. RG3, I don't even want to say anything about the man, this, that, and the third, but what is this for, bro? Like, what is this for?
That's where I'm with you. It's the first part. If he was trying to say he was defending her because of the monkey part, I'm sorry. That part I agree with. Call that out. Call it for what it is. That was unnecessary. And he should have left it there to make it seem like she hates Caitlin Clark. I'm like, what?
Where that come from, right?
And like you said, Shaq said it best, man. Keep her name out of your mouth. If you talk about her, and when he comes to, he said, "I'm gonna come punch you in the face." It's like, whoa, because when he said that, I'm like, oh snap! And he said, "I'm her protector." That says everything you need to know. Nobody else has to protect her in a sense. Shaq will do it for her and any other woman out there in that regard. Go ahead.
My thing is, Coach, I don't even think it should come to that, and I don't even
Of
think it
course.
should be on that standard. My thing is like, yo, I think that we keeping this whole thing between the pro Angel Reese people and the pro Caitlin Clark people. They had war with each other. But the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, you got a face, you got a name. We Heisman Trophy winner, first one of the top, one of the most promising quarterbacks we could remember. You have a
Mm-hmm.
name for you
Right.
to be, and there's a reason why Rob Parker got on you years ago. He said
Mm-hmm.
something. He said something years ago
Here it
that
is.
nobody wanted to say. There it go right there. He said something
I'm on
years
the
ago
subject.
that, yep. He said something years ago that everybody was afraid to say because you was playing and you was running and you was making all these moves. And
Mm-hmm.
now, come all these years later, you come back doing the same thing to this young lady.
Mm-hmm.
So now the shoe is on the other foot, and now you done put yourself in a space where, yo, like everything that all the connections and all the stuff that everybody was gonna put you up here for, now they like, nah, because they put you down here. Because like I said, I'm not here for the let's protect Angel Reese at all costs. Let's
Mm-hmm.
protect Caitlin Clark at all costs.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it professional. Let's keep it basketball. Can we do that?
Well, bro, I'm with
Right.
you on that. That's the whole point. As far as him, he has a much major platform than many of us. So yes, he should be at another level. Like I said, the intro part was fine. That's using your platform. That's speaking out. In a sense, you were protecting her. But when you go, there are people in her inner circle who I'm with you on that. There is no reason for that, man. Leave that alone. We already battling enough as it is, And I go through that, always trying to defend her, because people talk about the me bounds and all that type of stuff. And I keep saying the same thing, but I've had people tell me if it wasn't for Caitlin Clark, there would be no WNBA. Excuse me?
It was here
I've been
before her.
I was following this before she was even born. What are you talking about? There have been
Look,
so many greats in the WNBA, that have
wait a minute. How old is the league?
the league is
I know,
exactly
how old is the league is 20 over 20 some years, and she just this her
since
second year in the league, second,
1997.
third, yeah,
Exactly. So,
like
you know,
28 years, 27,
yeah,
28 years. Come on now,
The
man.
league is a little bit older than the women that they're premiering, bro. Like, come on, man.
exactly.
It's
And
older than
that,
Caitlin Clark.
yeah. So
Exactly.
I'm with you. I understand where Leaf is coming from. He's not here to protect either or. Just keep it basketball. You want to critique her game, her shooting percentage, and all of that. that's fine. We can debate that, but when you personalize it, and the thing I have an issue with is, the 2K26, why would somebody go and depict her as a monkey? But
Right.
that's a racist attack, and it's going to invoke feelings and emotions, and everyone's going to have to talk about it. I don't want to have to be talking about stuff like that. We want to talk about the game. That's what we want to talk about, and that's where it should be, like Leap just said. And you know what? I think that's where we're going to end it, and move on, from there. But RG3, like everyone is saying, just stay over there, bro. I'm sorry, just stay over there.
Right.
Don't. We don't. There's no need to say anything else. So, but
I
now,
like that, like they say at the Apollo, man. Send them. What's the
yeah,
my man, remember the Apollo?
yes,
Get them off the stage. Come on, man.
Right.
exactly,
Get them
Coming
off the
out.
exactly.
stage.
Sandman coming out.
Get them off the stage. Yeah, Sandman coming out. Get them off the stage, man. Get them out of here.
So now this weekend, we have the All-Star Weekend, which I'm excited for. You have the skills competition. They just announced it. I know Sabrina's in the 3-point competition. I think Caitlin Clark is in the 3-point competition. So I'm just excited for all of it. The skills. What's her name is what's her name? Oh man. Oops.
From where?
Sorry, hit the wrong button. Natasha Cloud is in the skills competition. I'm just excited for all of that. So, and then you okay, Leaf?
Oh, he's right.
The fuck?
Whoops.
But yeah, man, he said he excited for Natasha Cloud.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Let me just mute this mic for him.
It's like that's this weekend right now. The All-Star game is tonight.
Oh yeah, All-Star game is tonight. Oh wow.
Yeah,
No, it's Saturday.
Sports this week. No, it's tonight.
It's tonight.
I'm talking about MLB. The MLB one.
Oh, you had me for a minute.
I said MLB is tonight, but with WNBA is on the weekend and stuff.
Yeah.
So like it's a big weekend.
Yeah, no, it's All-Star Weekend. I got where you're going. Yeah.
It's still gonna take me a while to get my cable hooked up, man. I got. That's the whole thing about moving. You got to hook up a whole bunch of stuff, get the furniture. I'm like, damn. I'm gonna miss like at least a month of this stuff, man. I'm like, man, whatever. But I'll try to catch something.
Well, in terms of All-Star news, one of the storylines that's hold a minute, I forgot to put this up. Here we go. One of the storylines that's coming out that was announced today. Kayla McBride is an alternate, and she's filling in for Ryan Howard, and she's going to be on Team Collier. So, that's a good move right there. But looking at the rosters, I mean, have you guys taken a look at the rosters? Who do you think is best suited to win, Team Collier or Team Clark?
Yeah, I saw the roster and I was like, and you remember I kept asking, like, how did Angel Wilson get on the same team? And now it comes to because Nafisa Collier picked Breanna Stewart first because of the rival league, and I was like, oh man, it's the business thing. But I'm gonna go with Caitlin Clark's team, man. When you got Asia Wilson, with Aaliyah Boston on there, that's nice, man. It would have been even better with Nafisa Collier and Asia Wilson, but. I gotta go with I probably gotta look at the roster again, but I'm gonna go with is Alicia Gray on that?
Let me see if I can find the rosters. Hold on.
But I know when I saw this, I was like, Aaliyah Boston got picked first. I was like, and Asia Wilson on the same team. I was like, yo, that's a twin big right there, bro. That's a twin big right there with Caitlin Clark on that team.
Okay, here we go. Just bear with me. I'm gonna share.
Yeah.
Here it is. I got it. Share screen.
Let's see. Let
me know when you guys can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay.
Aaliyah Boston, Sabrina Ionescu, Asia Wilson,
and Satu Sabli is
yeah.
And then you have Collier, Breanna Stewart, Alicia Gray, NECA, and Paige Bucket. Now that's the starters. But
That's the start.
don't forget you
Right.
have the
I'm looking at the
reserve.
bench. Kelsey
So
Mitchell, Gabby Williams, Sonia Citron, Kiki, Jackie
Jackie.
Young. Okay. Let me see on the other side is Angel Reese, Skylar Diggins, Kelsey Plum.
Alyssa Thomas, Kelsey, yep, Ryan. Well, now it's going to be Kayla McBride for Ryan Howard. So,
Alyssa Thomas, yes, man, she's a beast.
exactly. So, I mean, it's like
Huge big. So who team is on? What's the name didn't make it from Dallas?
who? Arika?
Yeah.
No.
Wow. I mean, well, I guess the season. I guess season average like not like like her like vintage Arika. She was like. But yeah, looking at this, man, I'm still going with with Satu Sabli and Asia Wilson and Clark. I got to go with them. Aaliyah Boston and
Okay. Leaf, what about you? Which team do you think is better suited to win?
I'm gonna go for the gusto right here. I'm going with Team Collier, and I'm going for Angel Reese for MVP.
All right. Unpopular opinion. There you go.
I'm going for that Barry Bonds, bro. Like I'm going right out the fence. I think Angel Reese is going to come into that game with everything on her mind, everything that was being talked about her, everything that was being said about her, all of these things, everything, man. Like, and she gonna ball out, and she gonna show, and she gonna show off. She gonna show off. Y'all be prepared for that, man. Y'all heard it here first.
Hey, it's how you match up, though. I mean, the starters are the starters. Don't get me wrong. But what do you do with your bench, and how do you match up, and who's going to close the game? Because when you take a look at Team Collier, yeah, it's like that Team Clark. Okay, nice start, but the question is, and with Sabrina and Caitlin in the backcourt, is it going to spread it out and force the defense? But now, are you going to run with that the whole game? How do you use your bench? How do you work them in there? And then with Team Collier, I mean, come down the stretch, like you said, Angel Reese is there, Alyssa Thomas. Those are some gritty players down low. With NECA also, it's like, and Courtney Williams can match up with any guards that's on Team Clark. So it's like, I will admit I don't want to say it, but I'm probably thinking it's more Team Clark. But if it comes down to the closing minutes, that's where I want to see, because I do think it's going to be a close game. I really do. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a that big of a game or anything like that. Blowout.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Satu Sabli, Asia Wilson, and Aaliyah Boston, them bigs, yeah. They got it. Them girls can board. They could do everything. And then Gabby Williams is on there too. She's another like I ain't so saying Nafis Scott. She's a do everything too. Gabby Williams is a scrappy player. So yeah, man.
It's gonna be.
I'm going. It's gonna be a nice game. It's gonna be a great game. I want to see, man. I want to see. What I'm saying.
Exactly. So but I'm with you, Cave. I do think it's going to be Team Clark. But it's going to be how you close out. And I think the closer on Team Clark is actually going to be Sabrina. I think she's the one that can close it out. Now Aja can too if you're throwing it down low, But I think if you got to go for that 3-point close, that type of situation, you can talk about Caitlin Clark, but Sabrina has won it and done it in the championship game. We saw it last year. If you watch our intro video,
scroll back down again.
Yeah. Scroll down to the reserves. Here you go.
Yeah. Okay, Jackie. Okay. Kelsey Plum on Team Collier. Okay, Kelsey Plum's she's a baller, bro. Yeah, so the rookies, the bench, Team Clark's bench is the rookies with Sonia Citron and Kiki Arafin, but
you don't have
ain't no slouch.
Yeah, so it's like, I get it. I'm just like, wow. I can't wait for Saturday, man. I'm not lying to you.
Me too.
I'm ready for it. So, but That's what we had there. And now the next thing we're going to talk about is the power rankings and the standings. Let me pull that up for us. And in terms of the standings, let me share this with everyone. Okay, so here we go in terms of the standings. You have Minnesota at 1, Phoenix at 2, the Liberty at, wait a minute.
3.
Yeah, the Liberty. Oh, yeah, the Liberty just won against Atlanta at 3, Seattle at 4, Atlanta at 5, Indiana at 6, the Mystic at 7, Golden State at 8. Well, you know
Wow.
what? Because we were just talking about with that big win, Golden State, has lost a couple where Indiana has won. So you got
Yeah.
Vegas at 9, Chicago at 10, Los Angeles at 11, Dallas at 12, and Connecticut at 13. So, that this group of teams, I would say from Seattle down to Golden State, they're just so close, man. When you really think about
Yeah.
it, it's 2.5 games separating them. You know,
Hmm.
So I mean, if you want to throw Vegas in there, I'll give Vegas. I'll put Vegas in there too, to be fair. So um, yeah, that's interesting. I mean, Leaf, what's your thoughts in terms of the standings so far?
2 words: Washington Mystics. It's just that
Hmm.
simple. I like I said earlier in the show, they way ahead of schedule with them young girls, and I think this time next year, it's a strong possibility that they might be a top 5 team.
Hmm.
They
Hmm.
started the season basically looking like they gonna fold it in, but this is they got some real talent over there. So Washington climbing into this portion
Top 8.
right now. They ready. They almost ready. Give it a year.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm with you there. I'm with you there. So, Cave, what's your thoughts?
Man, if this stays the way that it stays, man, Golden State, Washington, and Atlanta is going to be a problem for some of these teams. I'm telling you, man.
Hmm.
Those 3 teams right there, like I said, if it stays the way it is and stuff like that, the playoffs is going to be hot, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be really interesting and hot because I think, like I said, Atlanta can give a lot of teams some trouble because, like I said, they can score. That's the thing with them; they can score. And
Hmm.
like I said, Brianna Jones, Alicia Gray, what's the name? I know when Ron Howard gets back, I know she's her, but she get back and stuff like that. And what is it? Is it Canada? Jordan Canada? Yeah.
Hmm. Jordan
Yeah, so they got they
Canada,
got they got a nice little spot
Brittany
out, you know what
Griner,
I'm
yeah.
saying, and stuff like Brittany Griner and stuff like and that's the thing, Brittany Griner really hasn't even gone off this season though.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? So if they really get her going and it's like they could be even more of a tough out and stuff like that. But with Alicia Gray, man, she's just been playing at an all-star level all season long and stuff like that. She's like that Energizer Bunny and she just keeps on going and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm with Leaf and them and the Mystics, man. Mystics is a surprising team in Golden State as well, man, with those and Atlanta. So yeah, I agree with the power rankings and stuff like that.
Well, that's the standard. It's not the power rankings. So I'm,
I
I'm
mean the
gonna get
standings.
I'm gonna get to the power rankings in a second. I'm pulling them up now. So here we go. Share screen. All right, let me know when you guys got them.
Yeah, I can see it.
You 1 and 2, we already know there's no change
Hmm.
here. But as you see last week, they were 1 and 2. The Liberty are up to 3. Last week they were 5.
Hmm.
So as you see, they've moved up 2 spots. Seattle, it went down from 3 to 4, so they went down 1 spot. Indiana is up to 5. They were
Hmm.
at 7 last week, and now they're up to 5. Atlanta, they were at 4 and they dropped down to 6. You have Washington at 7.
Hmm.
Last week, where were they? Last week they were at 9, so they're up 2 spots. You
Hmm.
have Vegas at 8. Last week they were at 8. Golden State, biggest drop. They're at 9. They were at 6 last week. So
Hmm.
this is a tough week for them. Chicago is at 10. They were at 11, so they're up 1 spot. The Sparks were at 11. They were at 12. Dallas is dropped 2 spots. They were at 12. They're at 12. They were at 10, and Connecticut is at 13. That's where they've been pretty much for the longest while. So, go ahead, Cade.
Yeah.
Give me your thoughts on the power rankings.
Yeah, the rankings, like I said, I'm looking at it with the Liberty and what's that? Go
Go ahead.
scroll up a little bit. Scroll
I'll
the
scroll up.
Liberty. No, the other way. Scroll down. Liberty. See, Liberty, Seattle, and Indiana, man. Those teams, like, they're, because of the injuries and the struggling and stuff like that. So they're really hanging
Mhm.
on at some point. But those three teams that we have to talk about with the Golden State, Washington, and Atlanta, those teams are been playing consistent. And like I said, they're not struggling really. So, I mean, they could move up more and stuff like that. So those other three teams, like I said, Indiana, New York, and what's the other one? Like I said, they've been struggling.
Yeah.
Indiana, New York, and Seattle, they've been struggling. So they're not really like solid like that. So those guys can get knocked off, you know what I'm saying? So, or move down in the rankings and stuff like that because they're not really playing their best basketball. Like I said, Liberty's won some games, but like I said, they've been struggling without John Paul Jones and stuff like that. And also Benaja being out and stuff like that. Phoebus just came back and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, yeah. That's a shaky power rankings right there. The top two are strong right there. Seattle and Minnesota and Phoenix are strong right there. But the other ones in New York and down is like it could be switched up. So we'll see.
Think about that, Cave. You said that the other two is strong. Now Phoenix just won, so they're actually 15-6 before this publication came out. After. New York is tied literally a half a game behind Phoenix. So we're saying they're not strong. So our expectations are much higher. And we also know with John Paul Jones,
because
they're
of
going to be
injury,
fighting for the number one spot. So but let me get Leaf in here. Leaf, what's your thoughts on the power rankings so far?
My thoughts on the power rankings is where we at. I'm shocked. With the skid that we had after that 9-0 record, for us to still get back to top three is phenomenal to me. It's still teams that we still got to beat. Even at full health, we still waiting for Jacquel Jones to come back. But these the girls have hung in there. They've hung in there for dear life. I mean, and obviously we talked about Stewie, we talked about Sabrina, we talked about all the girls getting this thing right back on the right track. I think we kind of have, man, and we still on the up and up, and we still got a chance to be the defending champions and to defend our title the proper way. And our title hopes ain't gone just yet, man. So our repeat hopes ain't gone just yet. So we hanging in there.
I'm with you. I'm with you. So, I agree. The power rankings, the only one that really, some of it is, with Indiana. I'm like, Indiana, but Atlanta hasn't played well, so I kind of get it. I probably would have put Atlanta over them still, but them at 5 is not a big deal to me. The biggest drop is Golden State, but I kind of understand. After the hot start, but they just lost 3 of the last 4, so that goes into that point of view where they drop down into the lower spectrum. And I think that they have that as they're a new franchise, so they're expecting them to just twinkle back into battling either for the last playoff spot or getting into the draft lottery. So I get it, I understand. So but that's the power rankings this week. Last thing we want to touch on just real quickly is Cade, you started to talk about it, signings or waivings, and the impacts. The biggest signing was what's her name going back to Phoenix,
Dewana
Bonner, and then you touched on Marquisa Davis being released by the Liberty. Not Phoenix, Minnesota released what's her name from Utah, Philae.
Yeah, Pele. Yeah.
Philae. So there aren't any major releases. So I was just like, maybe just on the back end, roster spot or two. So
Right.
but can you think of any signings or waivings that I'm missing right now? Cave?
Not offhand, because like I said, those are just the ones I've seen. Just like you just talked about was the one from Minnesota. You know, if he was, thought she was gonna have a nice little career thing like this, but the WNBA man is just man. It's like your spot ain't guaranteed, man, from year to year or like for half during the season. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep on playing. The WNBA is a little different from the NBA. You know what I'm saying? You on there, you on there. You know what I'm saying? WNBA, they can waive you at any time, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's like you got to keep being you got to in competition mode. You got to keep being out there and competing and stuff like that.
Oh wow. Wait a minute. I'm looking
Who?
no, I'm looking at it was talking about players, and I think these are players who are out. Michelle Onwene, Sato Sabli will miss her fourth game due to her ankle injury. This was as of
Oh,
yesterday.
okay, yeah,
And Collier Copper, Ariel Atkins. It says Angel Reese. Um, it's just just talking, I guess. Players. So it's
yeah. I don't think nothing major. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's
nothing major. We would have heard about it, in the regular news. So but that's pretty much it for the player transactions in a sense. So, anything else that you guys want to touch base on with the W or women's sports in general?
I, well, if I had the chance to talk just a little bit,
Hmm.
the summer league has been amazing so far. I will say so. If I have say so myself, this class, just to say a quick thing on this class of players, I think this is I'm going out on a limb and saying this is arguably one of the deepest classes that I've seen in a minute in terms of talent. And I think a lot of these players in this class, obviously, we know about the Rutgers boys, we know about Cooper Flag, but this class is deep, Coach. I ain't gonna lie to you. If y'all ain't been
Mhm.
checking in, man, y'all better check in now, man. It's a lot of teams. That Carter Bryant, man, yo, oh my goodness,
Yeah,
this
I
kid,
know.
man, that kid, the Asian kid from Portland.
Hmm.
I think that might be the steal, man, because he was on our board and Portland tapped our phones and they was wiretapping our phones and everything, and so that's how they got that pick. They wasn't even supposed to be in the draft, man. So they stole that from us, but like that was supposed to be our big man. So definitely this draft is probably may go down in history as one of the deepest drafts ever, if I had to
Yeah,
say so
man.
myself. So for real, man, definitely shout out to the 2025 class and in the summer league and what they doing right now. And I'm looking forward to see what they could do for this year and for the rest of the years to come, man, for sure. Oh yeah, by the way, Dylan Harper is a man amongst boys.
Yeah,
He is a man
look.
amongst boys,
I
man.
have been watching him since his freshman year in high school. I'm just going to be honest.
John
I've been,
Bosco.
yeah, at Don Bosco, coached by his mom with his
Hmm.
brother, his brother at Rutgers. I saw it. It was just like, he has to come to Rutgers. He has to come to Rutgers because he has it. He has it. You ain't saying nothing I have not already known. Him, Ace Bailey. People are seeing what we already knew, what I already knew about Ace Bailey. He has game, and this BS about he didn't want to be in Utah and whatever. He just wanted to be in the NBA. Yeah, I get it. You want to try and get where pick and choose where you can. We all would do the same daggone thing if we had his talent. I'm sorry, but once you get your foot in the door, you just go and you handle your business, and you're seeing that. So, um,
Hmm.
so I already knew it. Y'all know it.
Hmm.
I'm a homer. I'm a Rutgers homer, but I already knew their talent too. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, somebody who doesn't have talent just because they play for Rutgers, they deserve to be in. Look, Cliff Omarui. I know I think he's with Portland, and Indiana's up over Connecticut.
Yeah, I'm watching that too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
what I was gonna say is with Dylan Harper, he's just like that's what the Spurs are picking, and grown men. Same thing with Stephon Castle. He's a man amongst boys. I mean, he's a strong guard. VJ Edgecombe, another guy that everybody sleeps on. Don't talk about hardly. I told you this guy. He's a Jimmy Butler. Dude, he's a young Jimmy Butler. He's strong for his size. He's going to be very impactful for the Sixers too, man. You know.
I see a lot of D Wade in him, Cave. I ain't gonna
Yeah, I
lie
know,
to
but
you. Just
I know,
somebody athletically, he could like.
Mhm.
It's not even a question, bro. Like, I mean, obviously Ace. The controversy was Ace coming into
Mhm.
this because Ace obviously didn't want to go to Utah, but we seeing what him, Cooper, Dylan, VJ, and the rest of these boys, Noah Singay, Carter Bryant,
Right.
who was what's the other kid from Queen, Derek Queen,
Fair
Fears.
claim.
We seeing what all of these young men are capable of right off the rip. I
Yeah,
mean,
I know,
I
but I
think
mean.
it's yeah, man.
But when I was explaining about VJ compete, he's like, "Oh man, I don't want him, man." It's like he's a Jimmy. I was like, "Bro, the dude is a baller." It's like I keep telling you, this draft is not about three players, man. These guys, they got more players in this draft, and people just be stuck on the top three players. It's like, bro, these kids can play, man. They can play, and like I said, they got grown man strength already. So another 3-4 years, they're gonna be even much more of a problem, and that's what you see what I'm saying. You can watch the game like Cooper Flag. He's played strong. You know what I'm saying? Dylan Harper, he plays strong. These kids they 18, these are 18-year-old kids, but they play strong already. You can't teach that. You know what I'm saying? You can't teach that.
I mean, and that's what's so important. And you see the like Cage said, you see the depth in this league. You see now some of them have to be developed, but you see the
Mm-hmm.
skill set. You see something there, and that goes into the health of this league. So as long as these young guys, develop their game and play with fundamentals, I think they'll develop into something more than SFL and one.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. And I'm
Um,
watching too.
so yeah, I'm with you guys. I haven't been watching as many games. I watched Dylan. I watch Ace, of course. I watch a couple of Knicks games. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I've watched what was the other game? I think I was watching the Lakers with Bronny. Just to see, and of course Dallas. So I've seen a couple of games. So
It's
and
gonna
go ahead.
it's gonna be the same thing like next year too, bro. Another strong class coming in with AJ DiPincenza, Cameron Boozer, and all this stuff. I mean, these kids are coming in better, bro. I mean, they coming in strong, grown men right here, bro.
And look, it's just good for basketball, and that's why I like what I'm seeing both in the women's and the men's game. Again, it's just something that I just appreciate. I love. One thing to touch on, just to close out the women's part of it. If you haven't already seen, check out the French girl who got that breakaway dunk.
Oh,
Man,
Oh my
yeah.
God!
Ooh,
Coach, I don't even remember where I was. I think I was renting the car when I was going near the car rental outside of Texas Tech when that popped up on my phone and you sent it to my phone and I looked and I damn near almost dropped my phone. I swear I like listen. The only other girl I seen do that, Toby Fournier, who plays at Duke. I've been watching her. I've been watching her since high school because, like a lot of the high school girls, I pay attention. She went to high
mm-hmm,
school in Canada, and
mm-hmm.
she played against Shaq's daughter, like in a couple of games, and she
Right.
was dunking with two hands on the layup line. She's 6'2", and she got bounced, and she could fly. But
Mm-hmm.
what I'm seeing for these overseas players and these overseas girls, coach, they cheating over there, man. They doing something, man. Come on, we gonna have to do some. We gonna have to do some
But
more
you, but
intel
you,
on
but you,
this.
but you, but you gotta look at the French though. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Wemby, Alexander Sarr. You know what I'm saying?
They
What's the other dude that got
they
paid?
putting something in
It's
the
a lot of
medicine,
tall.
man.
They're tall. There's
Come
a
on,
lot of tall
Cave.
players. Right. You're looking at that French team. Look at it. It's been a French invasion in the NBA draft the last two seasons. Last two drafts have been a French invasion, bro.
men's and women.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, you're right. So again, I just wanted to touch on that. And yes, you're right. The international has caught up to the United States. So it's not a United States domination like it was years ago. So France is right there. Canada is starting to catch up. You know,
She did it.
China. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the other thing. Hanju did a little interview, and she kind of hinted about coming back to the Liberty. So
China, yeah, them
I,
Chinese one, right?
if I can get Hanju back, man, 6'10", 6'11", can shoot the three. She's not bulky, but her size alone just changes the whole dimension of what this team can do. And that's somebody who while she's not physical, she can replace John Cole Jones in a different way. So but again, I'm praying she comes back, but we'll see. So but
Mm-hmm.
you guys were talking about summer league and the men's game, so go ahead.
I mean, no, I was just saying, man, these guys, these young kids are coming in, man. They're coming in one and done and stuff like that, and they're getting ready for the league and stuff like that, man. And foreign invasion is coming too. You see some stuff like you be like, wow, you know what I'm saying? It's like you hear the names, but you don't really get to see them until you see them in the draft and stuff like that. You be like, wow, or you see them in summer league, just like Leaf said. You see them in summer league, you be like, oh, this is what they've been talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, basketball as a whole is in a healthy place. So, I
Mm-hmm.
can appreciate it, more and more. So, all right, Leaf, I understand. Be safe out there, bro.
All right,
So,
bro.
but yeah, it's in a healthy space. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be tapped in. I mean, well, football seasons are coming back, so I'll be more in tune with that. But when it comes on, I'll be peeking here and there. So, and with the Liberty and fighting for their title, I'm definitely going to be tuned in there. So, it's a lot going on with the women's game. Ooh, good block. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm appreciating and I'm liking it. So. Ooh, missed the shot. So,
It's all good.
anything else before we get ready to get out of here?
None. Just I'll probably be on either most likely tomorrow. No, probably Thursday night or something like that, man. Talking, Knicks summer league and stuff like that, and how they looking in the summer league and talking a little Knicks basketball. So I'll be on there and stuff like that. You know how it is talking Knicks and stuff. And I might also be talking about the NBA and what they need to clean up because I'm getting tired of this trash thing that they putting out there as far as like the traveling, the push offs, all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff they need to clean up and stuff like that. Coddling these players, man. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like, bro, come on, man. Let's stop with this and let's get back to basketball. And also
Mm-hmm.
shooting, man. The shooting is down. It's terrible. These like too many
Mm-hmm.
wide open shots. People are just missing too many wide open shots. It's like these guys can't shoot a lick.
Look, man, the thing that bothers me is when you miss layups, and you're not
Yeah.
missing one, you're missing 4 or 5 in a game. That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy to me. That's something that is like, nah, man, you shouldn't be doing that. There's no way you should be missing shots like that. So, but like you said, yeah, they need to clean it up, and hopefully they will. Ooh, good defense on Caitlin Clark. So,
Mm-hmm.
hmm so um, got it over to who the dangerous one, Kelsey Mitchell. All right, so but yeah, I'm about ready to get into this game a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
I like Nelson Adodo. I love her. There's just something about her game that I really like for Connecticut, number 10. So, um, but yeah, we're gonna get ready to get out of here. And, again, thanks to everyone for tapping in. We really appreciate you. Those who commented in the comment, Ghost Dog and Christy Wilson. Thank you guys for tapping in. Thank you to everyone else who was there just watching in the background. Appreciate you guys. Make sure if you haven't already done so, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so to the Man Cave, to Leaf Diggy 4788, to Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, to the Hardcore Sports Network, to the Aboriginal Sports Network. We do some great work and we continue to bring it to you. We just love your support. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. It helps us, gets us out in the algorithm and grows the channel. So, and we appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. So thank you all for always being here. So, and with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get out of here and we're going to close it out. So, and we'll be back next week, 7:00 to talk the WNBA. So with that being said, Peace.
Yo, welcome to the man cave. Drown they legends. WNBA news. We about to ring the bell. Leave Diggy, Coach, yeah, we got the scoop. On and off the court, watch the power move. Yeah. From the hardwood glory to the locker room chats. We cover it all, ain't no need for no stats. Sipping on knowledge, pouring out the truth. Supporting the queens who brings the fire, that's the proof. So sit back, turn it up, let the stories unfold. Here, WNBA, we bring the heat, the future's bold. In the man cave where the legends collide. Leaf Diggy and Coach Ed got that East Coast pride. What? WNBA vibes, we breaking it down. From the game to the grind, let's wear that crown. Yeah. Stay tuned in, we keeping it real. The stories of strength and the heart that you feel. Dishing out knowledge like assists we aim. In the man cave where we elevating the game.